Welcome back to the Fat Podcast. We got our special guest, Ray. I'm not going to pronounce your last name.
It's okay.
But in part one, we were just kind of wrapping up talking about, the ideal client and being up here in this environment, how you got to market yourself and the volume of clientele that you need. So listening to y'all go back and forth, I guess, could you tell me your idea or your, ideal client? Like, they on time, they stick to the diet, they don't come up with no BS excuses of why they walking inside with like a Snickers bar or all that.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I go first. So I say my ideal client would probably be honest. I like honest clients. Reliable, and open-minded. You know what I mean? I think those are some really important characteristics that I would want the client to have, because it's so easy to be dishonest as a client. You know what I mean? When you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and what clients don't understand is being dishonest is cheating them, because if you're not telling me that you are still having a Twix before bed every night, but yet you're doing everything that me and him sent you, or the trainer sent you, then it's kind of like, you're hindering you and you're hindering me. One big thing that I would love, if any clients or any potential clients of me or any of us are listening, is that when you do join with Akinlosotu Fitness or whatever else team, it literally is a team. Like, we're both in this to achieve your goals, but you achieving your goals makes you look good. You achieving your goals makes me look good. Like, we're in this together. You know what I mean? So you eating those Twix at night, you hurting my feelings and you hurting your feelings, because you ain't gonna get what you want and I'm not gonna get what I want.
Exactly. I know I've experienced that. It took me a while to realize that, what I'm telling them and how they execute it, I can't link, their performance to my feelings, because I'll be hurt. I'm like, what you mean that don't work? I got you doing I got you doing all this cardio. We got you stronger, but you're not losing no fat. And then I feel bad. And they forgot to tell me that, every Friday and Saturday, they go out. They go all the way out.
The whole day. Not a
whole
meal,
day.
Not a meal, not a cheat, but from morning to evening was my day, and I'm like, you can't really do that.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's just something that I thought was a good question, because I was like, coming into it, I had these expectations of what being a trainer was, from the conversations I had with just little quick ones with other trainers that I know, and then going at it, actually throwing myself out there for real. And it's like, whoa, this is, because that's another thing too. I've never been asked to record other people train so much just for the Instagram. It's not like, oh, they want to see their form or anything. It's like, no, I want to post it.
But that's promotion though. Because all their friends, they might have 4,000 followers, and guess what?
Oh, yeah.
All they seen was you training them, and she done tagged you, and that's free promotion.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, I'm with it. I'm just saying it wasn't what I didn't know that's what it was going to be coming in.
That's the thing now. Post office and postcards and everybody hate it now.
Y'all are 100% right. And then another thing is that, when you do sign up to be a personal trainer, you got to be ready to rock multiple hats, man. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of hats that you got to wear.
Tell them.
The therapist hat.
You need a walk-in closet for the hats that we got to wear. Because I'm talking about, therapist, friend, videographer, like you just said. You know what I'm saying? Like nutritionist. Like, oh my gosh, like. You can go down the line of different things that you need to be versed in to be successful at this job. And, I think recording them is probably one of the easiest things.
That's easy.
It's funny. It's really funny because it catches you off guard, but one of the easiest things you can do. And I'm all like he just said, I'm very obliged to do it, because it will definitely get you the promotion you need. And then, for any trainers that are listening, you definitely want to take those moments to grab those videos of your clients, because you can always ask them to have those videos if it's not on your phone. And once you have those videos, you store them into your Rolodex.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 3-4 months down the road, it's so cool to have before and afters. I got some cool before and afters of some of my clients that, drop 50, drop 60. And it's like, I can do that, before and after video, and you can actually just see it, sometimes a video, you could tell that there's no alterations and stuff like that. I see other trainers out here sometimes we'll post a before and after picture, and we'll have one picture a little bit bigger than the other, and I'm like,
yeah. That's the biggest thing about it.
That's another hustle too. I ain't finna, I don't knock nobody. It's another hustle too. You gotta some people gotta get how they live. I got some people who I know they might repost the same client before and afters over and over because they have nobody else. So it is what it is. But for the most part, when you got so many people that's getting results, you really ain't got to do all that.
Right.
And like you said, some people, that's what sometimes I recommend for some people who are not disciplined and diligent, go work and be a trainer at the gym first before you do your own thing. Because then you could get the fullness of it before you start. Because some people get too lax. I know people who first start off and, bro, you're on the phone the whole time training somebody. You eating while you're training somebody. You doing this it's like, bro, this is a business, my man. This is your business. You got to take serious. Some people don't take it serious, but pictures should be the main thing. That's how we get paid. Like that's results. Like you should have everybody picture. That's just my opinion. Because then, you got some people that might stick with you for a year, and you can start off. Here go their anniversary. They start off in 2019, and this is how they look now.
Yeah.
And for those people that we train who invest in us that long, they see it as like, wow, like this person really care about me. They changed my life. We can't even really imagine how they view us. It's like whatever I could say is still not enough because they view us so much more. Like you said, sometimes when I leave the gym, I be drained.
Yeah.
Because I'm a counselor. I'm somebody's uncle. I'm somebody's brother. And there's sometimes, I'll be honest with you, when people come in there, I might not even train them. We start talking because they just want to get it out. Before I knew, we only did like 3 exercises. I knew the day I was not a trainer. I was just a counselor. I just was a counselor today. And we just make it up and get it back or whatever. But that's crazy, man. You got to wear multiple hats.
Absolutely.
You got to wear multiple hats, and you got to be about your business, man. And that's part of it. weighing people, pictures, videos, all that. Because like I said, instead of us paying for Instagram to promote, that's free promotion. Because I think that's a ripoff. I pay these people to promote, and I might get like 4,000 people that seeing the video or the picture, and only had 2 people come in my DM about personal trainer. But those 2 people was from the person who I posted when they posted me on their story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you might as well just go ahead and use that free promotion, man.
Hey Ray, how much of the accountability, checking in, billing, how much of that do you automate, or do you just do it all manually right now?
I automate. So the billing thing is one thing that I have automated, and then the check-ins is manual. But currently, I'm just with the downtime, looking for different ways to kind of find like a reliable source that's still intimate for the client that will allow for me to automate like check-ins and things of that nature. Because once you climb up into like the 20 plus range, closer to 30 clients and things of that nature, it becomes to be really hard to continue to keep those check-ins and keep things in check. You know what I mean? Especially when sometimes you may have a client that requires a little bit more. You always, as a trainer, will have a client that requires a little bit more attention than another client. And one thing I think I've heard or read one time is that you should probably try your best to make sure that you give the same amount of attention to somebody who is also an A student. Just because they're a person that's eating well, they on their grind, you see them getting results. Just don't take your eye off of that person because they're doing really well, because it's very easy for a person like that to get unmotivated or discouraged or whatever.
Right.
Because you may not be giving them the same attention or giving them the same kudos as a person who slacks off on a regular basis and they follow the diet for 1 week, and you know want to post some client spotlight because they lost 5 pounds, but yet this person over here is down 30 pounds and within 3 months, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, wow, you know what I mean? So you always have to, I think finding a good check-in system that's something I'm still in the hunt for, you know what I mean? But in regards to like billing, my wife runs a business as well, so she put me onto Square. And Square is phenomenal, man. Like you can pretty much set it up to where it has a monthly reminder of like, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying, it's been 30 days, you know what I'm saying, time to start thinking about paying your dues and things of that nature. And it also tells you how much you're making in a 30-day span. It gives you an average of how much you're making. So for me, when I look at it and I'm like, okay, numbers are up, numbers are down, gives you graphs and things of that nature. So I think, you know, that was a good question for you to ask, because I feel like we need software. And you know what I'm saying? Like being a one-man army is not easy, man.
Not at all, man. It's stressful. Just I just dipped a toe in and I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take it back. So, you know, being a pro kind of helped you get some of your clients, and, you know, people seeing you in the gym, it built up your reputation. When did you start compete? Well, how did you get into competing? When did you start? And then your first show, and then when did you turn pro? Kind of like what's your story?
Yeah. So, I was always into like working out. I'm always at the gym and everything. Cause you know, always been athletic, had good genes. So then I started working out because honestly, real talk, you know what I'm saying? I really started working out because, you know, I had good genes, but then I saw the way, you know, I'm into women. So I saw the way women, you know, reacted to me when, you know, I would be on the basketball court when I was 14. I'll take my shirt off, start shooting hoops, and they'd be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh. After that, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in it because I wanted to keep what they liked. You know what I mean?
Right.
To kind of give you that, you know what I'm saying, that quick little story of what made me get into this, you know what I'm saying, continue to want to keep my body together. So it was the ladies that made me want to do that. So being in the gym, doing more, working out, and eventually like building up and getting more serious about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, mind-muscle connection, like growing in the gym. And then I had a friend of mine one time when I was working over at SportsFit come up to me and was like, he had started bodybuilding. And I mean like real bodybuilding where you wearing like the skimpy briefs and everything. And I never seen him do it. I supported him. That was my boy. And I supported him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Good job. You know what I mean? Like that. And I was like, I don't know if you can ever catch me doing that. I ain't wearing those skimpy, you know, briefs on stage. That's just not going to happen. And then he was one day, you know what I'm saying, out the blue, he walks up to me and he was like, bro, I think you're built for this. I'm like, what you mean, man? I'm not, I just told you I'm not going to do it. He was like, nah, there's a different division. There's a division where you get to wear board shorts. And it's called men's physique. You should check it out. So I'm like, all right, go check it out. I'm like, I'm always in the gym anyway. I look at it and I like what I saw. And I signed up for my first show in, I think, 2014. And I signed up for my first show. I came in 7th. I looked great, but I think the problem is the fact that I didn't know how to pose. So, you know what I'm saying? If I can go back and I can show you my first pose, man, it's like, it looked bad. It was really bad. So
people underplay that.
Huh?
I said that people underplay posing.
Oh, it's everything, man. It's everything. Because I had the muscle. I go back and I look at that picture and I'm like, man, my muscle looked great back then, but, you know, I couldn't present it. And it's all about bodybuilding. It's all about presenting the muscle. Mm-hmm. So I ended up out of like 20 dudes, I came in 7th. You know what I mean? Almost got first call outs on my very first show.
Good.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. And the fact that I got 7th is really kind of what I had the same reaction you had. I was like, I didn't do too bad. It was 20 dudes. 7th? Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. All right, cool. So ended up going to the next show. The next show I went to, I ran into Anwar. I'm sure you know Anwar.
Yeah.
I ran into Anwar. He helped me out a lot in regards to like my posing and everything. And then I jumped up there. My posing still wasn't A1, but it was much better than it was the first show. So I ended up going from 7th to 3rd, and then qualified nationally at that show in 2014. And then he was just like, all right, cool. The next step from there when you qualify nationally is you have to go to a national show and compete. Went to this national show called Team Universe. Team Universe is like a really big show in the area. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because I really enjoyed the whole process of getting on stage and getting in shape. Because I like being in shape, you know. And I really wasn't even looking at it as going up there to get a pro card. You know, I tell people this story all the time. Like, I wasn't thinking about getting a pro card. I was just like, all right, cool. I want to see the way I stack up against people in the nation.
Right.
Go out to Team U. You know, I'm all excited. The whole gym, and that year, the whole gym went up there. It was like maybe at least like 10 people that competed from the gym in that show. So we all were kind of competing together. We travel up to New Jersey, get up there, get on stage, and I get center stage. As soon as they filed us on, the judge was like, "Yo, I held the box the whole time." I'm like, dang. I get off stage, I look at my boys looking at me like as if I just came back from another dimension. They're like, "Bro, I think you literally just went pro." And I'm like,
so like, 3 shows?
Yeah, yes.
Oh shit.
Yes, bro. Oh, man. You know what I mean? And it always baffles me to this day because I look back and I think to myself, like, I look at all these people that I compete with and these people that I see in the gym, and I see how they're going at it for years and years and how coveted being a pro is. And I'm just like, man, I can't believe it happened like that. But I just think to myself sometimes that I guess really loving what the process was about is what helped me go pro so quickly. Like actually really loving eating the food, discovering my body, taking my body to the next level, seeing how fit I can get, and just really being in the fitness allowed for me to do that. Because if you think about it, sometimes I always think that sometimes people may be doing it for the wrong reasons. Now imagine if the roles were reversed and I was trying to become a pro so that I can be a popular personal trainer. I don't think it would have happened that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that might be the way about it too. I feel like it's just the way the world works like that. Yeah. But all right, so
that's the world we live in.
You know, you did great as a pro, and you've competed in like two pro shows, right?
Nah. So
or since I've known you, I thought it was 2.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So since you've known me, it's been like 2. But I've competed in about 9 or 10 shows.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because the thing about I went pro in 2015.
Right, and I didn't know you for real until like 2019. So exactly. I ain't know but much.
Yeah. So I got a few shows that I've done, and a couple of my favorite shows that I like to go to. I like to go to the Linda Murray all the time. That always will hold a good spot in my heart just because I went. That's the show that I placed first, the first pro show that I won, and then I was able to go to the Olympia off of that. So yeah.
Oh snap! What year did you go to the O?
2017.
Dope. Yeah, I still didn't know you then.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Jeez. Man, the Olympia was great, man. Like it was amazing because it was like getting into the bodybuilding game, the men's physique game. I looked up to a lot of these guys, man. I really looked up to so many guys, and you can even go back, like further back on my IG, like way down, and you could see me like posting pictures of, man, I can't wait to see the Olympia. One day I hope to be there and things of that nature. And I really just looked up to a lot of these dudes, and then just to like pull up in Vegas and be in a room with all the guys that I looked up to, they say your idols become your rivals. It was that moment for real, just sitting in that room and some of them saying what's up to you and knowing who you are and things of that nature. It was a great experience.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
So you went to the O in 2017 and then you started training full time in 2018?
I actually went to O 2017 and then I started training 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you built up your whole, so like you kind of got out the way, like the whole bodybuilding career, or do you still have aspirations to, go further, win the O?
So it's crazy, man. When it comes to bodybuilding, knowing that I'm full time with personal training now, it's something that I want to still do, right? But like to be a full time bodybuilder and a full time personal trainer, I don't think there's a such thing. You know what I'm saying?
Would agree.
Like I personally, and if someone else out there is doing it, I give them kudos. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I think it can be done, but it's one of those things where multitasking is not really where it's at. You know what I'm saying? You either going to be full forced in one thing or another. You know what I mean? So right now, I prefer to put my full efforts into my career, which is personal training, to make sure that what I'm saying I'm making more of an impact. And then also taking care of my family. And then bodybuilding is going to continue to just be a hobby for me, man. I'm not going to be doing 3 to 4 shows a year, probably scale it down to maybe 1 or 2, because like the show that I went pro in is still fun to me. Like it's still a lot of fun, man. Like if you was to say right now, like, hey, listen, you got 3 months to get ready for a show, you know what I'm saying? And, we give you the time to focus and train and do what you need to do. Like that would be fun for me. No stress. I'm going after it.
Yeah, no doubt. Like if there was no other, I think that's why the dudes in Kuwait do so well, because they take care of them. They take care of everything.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to think about anything but how they going to get better.
Exactly. And I would love it to be that way. And it wasn't even like that for me, because I remember when I was having success and, placing top 5 and getting trophies and, traveling and doing shows, and I still had a full-time job. You know what I mean? I still had to, at my full-time job, all my coworkers knew exactly what I was doing. So they would kind of assist me and allow for me to take multiple breaks to go eat and stuff like that. Like, in between customers, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the break room, knocking out a meal, coming back out, drinking a gallon of water on a job, in the middle of talking to a customer like I'm talking to you, and be like, 1 second, I got to use the bathroom. Shoot to the bathroom, come back. I'm talking, dude, drinking 2 gallons of water in a day, dog, and still having a full-time job and all. It was just, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah. All right, so so what do you want to do with training then? I know that's where you're gonna put your passion, put your eggs in that basket. But like, how far do you want to go? How far do you see yourself?
Well, with training, I want to potentially open up a studio. Not potentially, but that's definitely something that I want to do. Open up my own studio, a place where I can train, and also a place where other trainers probably can train as well, just because I would love to help other trainers out that are in a position where they're in a gym that may not be treating them the way they would like to be treated. So it'd be nice to offer that to them. So that's something I want to do. And then also want to continue to try to impact as many lives as possible, because, it is really tough out here for a lot of people, man, especially right now. Like, a lot of people are, I went through the grocery store the other day and I was walking through the grocery store, and beyond just like toilet paper and things like that being missing, it was like a lot of food missing that it's not like usually like that wouldn't be missing.
Right.
Like coffee's missing, like little different things, snacks and different things that are missing. And I'm like, this stuff's never sold out. You know what I mean? But you have to think to yourself, if people are in the house a lot, your calorie intake is going up higher. So people who had horrible eating habits or bad discipline before this pandemic hit, I can see how it would be tough on them. Yeah, because you in a house now, so you're closer to the refrigerator more often. You know what I mean? So you get into it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it could be it's tough times in that instance. So I definitely want to, once things release and open back up, you know what I'm saying, we're going to definitely be some people that can help people get back right mentally and physically.
Right. So how are you supporting your clients now? Because I see you on Instagram. You doing kind of like Zoom church like trainings, right?
Yep. Using the same platform right here to kind of help my clients out. So I just offered it up to all my clients and anybody else who wanted to jump in, like letting them know that particular days that I'm running, body weight. And if you have any like weights at your home, you know what I'm saying, I'll have you use those and I incorporate those into the program to kind of help you to kind of stay fit and get moving. So, yeah.
That's incredible, especially, like right now, it's really stressful for everybody. Like, I know myself, I know the first, 2-3 weeks, I think we've been in for 4 or 5 weeks now. The first 2-3 weeks, I was like, it was just hard to even myself do anything. I didn't want to do anything. It's like everything is shut down.
Yeah.
I'm just mopey and sad.
Yeah.
But it does present, like this is a good opportunity for anybody. I know they said in the past, the best time to start a business is right during or right after a recession or like a downturn. And unfortunately, that's what this is going to become. But I mean, for us, it's great because you guys have a ton of experience, and I'm like trying to learn as much as I can. So when everything opens that back up, it could hit the ground running and making an impact and helping everybody out and lose all this quarantine weight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, real talk, man. Like everybody's going to be looking for a trainer, man. I promise. Now, you know what? Let me not say everybody, because there's some people who actually are really actually using this downtime to take more walks, to be more
more active.
Yeah, and be more aware of what's going on, because I feel like when you can look at it either way. You can either look at it as, hey, let me stockpile my house full of snacks and things that I like so that I can have something to watch with Netflix. Or you can look at it like, hey, listen, I'm not running around as much because of my job anymore. So now I can meal prep. Now I can make sure I can sit down and get 4 meals in. You can look at it 2 different ways. So that's why I'm like, you know what I mean? It all depends on what type of mindset and the person that you are. But for the people who are like, let me make sure I got my Pringles and my gummy bears for the Netflix series. You know what I'm saying? If you need some help, feel free to reach out to any one of us. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be packed because you're going to have so many people that's going to be so stressed out because of this.
Yeah.
Working out it helps that. So I think it's going to be a good opportunity for a lot of people, even people who didn't have as many clients prior to, because it's going to be like a high demand somewhere. So
right.
It's like everybody getting a fresh start.
Yep.
So, like you touched on something when you were talking about, being at work and your teammates helping you out. So both as a competitor, when you made the transition to being a full-time trainer, like what was your support system like? Because competing is very stressful. It's a blessing to have coworkers that'll help you out. And then did you have any help, at home with a girlfriend or wife at the time? And like what's your support system like? Because
in the transition,
just in general, we'll know as a competitor in the transition and even now, because I mean, I see you in the morning at 4 a.m. So like, and I see you at 4 p.m. to like 7 p.m. So like you're in the gym like all day, like literally from when the sun isn't even up and you leave when the sun is going down.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So that requires a lot of help on the back end.
Yeah, it does. It does require help. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll make sure I let my wife know that she's definitely a ton of help, and that, she helps me do what I do, because it's really her, because I always had a kid. I've had a kid for 4 years. So that goes into like definitely goes into the time when I was competing heavily, like, doing 2 to 3 shows a year. I had a kid, and, I think my wife really saw or sees the joy that bodybuilding brings me. Like, she knows I love the process. Like, she knows I love to eat right. I love to get the cardio in. I love to weight train, and I love to jump on stage and present like all my hard work. So she saw that. So she knows that if she allows me to do that, it'll make me happy. So I would definitely say my wife Taylor was definitely there, and a key part in the success that I had in the bodybuilding world, for sure. And then I would also have to thank all my Verizon coworkers and managers, and my support, my supervisors that I worked under at Verizon too, because like I said, man, like they had an understanding. Like, we were only supposed to get 1 30-minute break a day, and I would go back in the break room and eat because it was an 8-hour shift. So y'all already know what the deal is. In 8 hours, I know what y'all expect of y'all clients. You know what I'm saying? In 8 hours, you're supposed to knock down about
that's 4 meals.
3 or 4 meals, exactly. So, bro, like I was back there knocking down all my meals. You know what I mean? I never missed a meal. And it helped out a lot. But I think that them allowing me to do that and drink my water and all that other thing, all those things definitely helped out with my success. So yeah, for sure, I definitely had a good support system back then.
That's what's up. Oh man. Jeez. It's great. I hope a lot of people got, information on this and making that transition from full-time, 9 to 5 or whatever to being a trainer. And there's a lot of hidden gems in this conversation that I hope people just walk away with.